Quick shot of the prod for credibility. This is the story of how Pokemon changed my life in 2024. And I only have a little bit of time here, so I'll try to go quickly. If you don't already know, I am a teacher. That is my full-time gig. I guess now part-time gig. But I've been teaching for like 6 years, and last school year, I ended up having some other side businesses, totally separate from Pokemon, pick up to the point that my wife and I decided that I would go part-time this year in teaching. With working part-time, that gave me a lot of time off, gave me a lot of free time, and I'm just the type of person that I would rather be interacting with others than sitting down playing video games and binge watching TV all night. So I wanted to find a new hobby. I ended up coming across these Pokemon Rip and Ships, and they just looked so fun to me, right? Before I got into Pokemon, I played a lot of Magic the Gathering, and one of the things that immediately stood out to me about Pokemon and the community there is how encouraging, how kind, how everybody's just cheering each other on. Nobody ever gets like super bitter, you know what I mean? And I still love the Magic the Gathering community, but it is, if you're in both, you definitely know that it's a different vibe. It's just more competitive. So one day I decided to go to my local game store. I pick up a booster box, and my wife is confused because she's like, that's not Magic the Gathering. That's not what you normally get. I said, I know, but I think it's going to be nostalgic for me to rip into some Pokemon and, interact with people on a live stream. I haven't done live streams before. It just feels like it would be fun. So I tried it out, and that first box went on my second live stream within like 45 minutes. And from there, that one booster box turned into 2 booster boxes. Those 2 booster boxes turned into 4 booster boxes. And the next thing you know, I'm getting a seller's permit and I'm ordering 10, 20 cases a month. A lot more invested into it. So it totally changed my life in a way that I never expected, because I never really intended for this to turn into a business. It always was just meant to stay a hobby. And there's still parts of me today that is trying to balance being smart about my purchases, being smart about the rates that I sell the product at, and balancing that with having fun. Because the way in which Pokemon really changed my life in 2024 is it gave me a community. And that is by far more meaningful to me than any amount of money that it could possibly make me. I am just that might sound that might sound like I'm trying to make myself seem altruistic and all of that, but it really is the case. Like, as of right now, I don't make enough money right now off of this for it to be worth it to me, if that makes sense, right? The reason why I keep doing this is because I love interacting with the community. I love building up a group of people who continue to cheer each other on. I end up hearing these stories, everything about like newborn childs to wedding plans. Some people have shared tragedies and losses. And I've had others just like reach out to me to give Linus, my dachshund pup, some treats. You know who you are. I've had people reach out to me. Let me show you this real quick. I've had people reach out to me. They're like, hey, I noticed you don't have any custom stands. Can I make one for you? And they made me this little awesome stand right here with my logo on it and everything. This is what is important to me. Not getting free stuff. That's not what I'm trying to say. But having a community. You know what I mean? Like, I've been on social media for quite some time. My other online businesses, they're far more passive. I'll kind of tell you a bit of it is doing like product reviews and stuff. And I've been on social media for a very, very long time. I've been grinding that game for a while. And none of those other projects have built up a community where I continue to see the same people week after week. And regardless of if they're purchasing anything, I'm just so stoked to see them. It's fun for me. It's the same thing as somebody who does like to game. My wife games. She plays video games, right? And it's the same thing. Like some people like to go on video games and chat with their friends. I like to do that a little bit too, but it's just something more fulfilling to me, to where I feel like I'm still being productive in a certain way, and then also being able to interact with people that I thoroughly enjoy, that I get to see week after week. And that's really how Pokemon changed my life in 2024. Do I have to think more strategically now about the way that I spend and the way that, those of you, I give out a lot of free packs in those packages. Do I have to think about it a little bit more now? Yeah, because I'm at least 12K invested into this. So that's how Pokemon changed my life in 2024. It was something I did not expect whatsoever. I started it out as a hobby, and it primarily remains a hobby for me. And if it were to ever become unfun, it doesn't matter how much money I'm making, which as of right now, that money is not worth continuously doing this. What makes it worth it to me is you. And being able to hang out with you on the streams, seeing you in the comments, that's what matters to me. That's what makes it worth it. And if it ever, for some reason, were to become unfun, the community changes for the worse, I can't imagine that happening, then I'd be peacing out. So yeah, just wanted to come on, make a real quick video about how Pokemon changed my life in 2024. I want to thank all of you for making that happen. Without you, it absolutely would not be possible. And yeah, it's crazy how this thing has taken over my life in a way that I find thoroughly enjoyable. Thank you. Peace out.